The coach, the team manager, and team doctor were booked in a Kenya Airways flight to Casablanca via Brazzaville, Congo, to arrive at 8:50 a.m. on Saturday, 13th April 2019 in Casablanca. The aircraft assigned for this flight developed mechanical problems. I want to read that again. The aircraft assigned for this flight developed mechanical problems, and in the result, the flight did not take off at all. The traveling party disembarked and were accommodated for that night at Laiko Regency Hotel, and they did not take any photographs of that hotel. They were later booked to travel, as they did, by Air Qatar on Saturday, 13th April 2019 via Doha, where, during the usual stopover, some mischievous pictures were maliciously conjured up to evoke sympathy, and with the connivance of well-known antagonists, to paint sorry sights of faked suffering where the alleged victim was visibly smiling sheepishly. This lot arrived in Casablanca on Sunday morning, the 14th day of April 2019, but had to travel by road for 9 hours to arrive just 3 hours before the kickoff of the match. Just to clarify, the aircraft containing the first 11 broke down. They were booked the following day in Air Qatar. They had the usual stopover of several hours in Doha, and on arriving Casablanca, they had to travel 608 kilometers from Casablanca to Berkane by road because there was no connecting flight. As a result, the team, the first 11, arrived 3 hours just before the kickoff without the usual CAF formalities. The second batch, comprising 8 players, left by Air Qatar on the evening of Friday, 12th April 2019, and flew to Casablanca via Doha, the same Doha, arriving at 3:40 p.m. in Casablanca without any theatrics en route, yet they traveled exactly on similar conditions as the other group that I have talked about. They joined me and other officials to travel by air some 608 kilometers that night to Berkane, arriving very early morning on Sunday, 14th April 2019. I also arrived on Sunday morning, not earlier, but I left on Friday. The third batch, comprising the FKF representative, the assistant coach, the goalkeeper trainer, and 1 club official, traveled by Air France economy class via Paris, arriving in Casablanca on Saturday night, then traveling by road to Berkane that night, arriving at 10 a.m. on Sunday morning. The fourth batch, comprising 2 club officials and myself, traveled economy class by Emirates via Dubai. That's the fourth batch now, via Dubai on Friday, 12th April, arriving in Casablanca at 1 p.m. on Saturday. And after a layover of 11 hours in Casablanca, we traveled by air with the second batch to Berkane. We played but lost, mainly due to both mental and physical fatigue. And for any doubting Thomases, I have annexed to my statement, which will be distributed, my air tickets to and fro, which will indicate that I, myself, chairman of GOR Mahia, I traveled economy class from here via Dubai to Berkane, to Casablanca, and back. This is my air ticket, return air ticket. So the spurious allegations that the officials traveled on first class and that the players were left suffering, betide the manufacturers. These are the bare facts. the interpretation of which we leave to the unpolluted mind of the reader. Let the prophets of doom engage their fertile imaginations to fortify their concoctions. For us, as club management, if we were guilty at all, it is because A, we could not raise 8 million shillings for the air tickets due to financial constraints. That was the cost of air tickets to go to Berkane and back. 2, or B, we had no control over the Kenya Airways flight that could not take off due to mechanical problems. And C, we could not avoid the layover at Doha because that is normally the scheduled flight. As club management, we shall investigate the perpetrators of these childish and unwarranted acts and mete out appropriate punishment. Finally, we thank the government of the Republic of Kenya for their assistance in affording us the air tickets, without which we could not have honored their way march. We also thank our indefatigable patron for his intercession from time to time. So long live Kogalo, long live the genuine fines and the officials of GOR Mahia and the Green Army. And finally, woe betide the senseless, desperate detractors. Thank you.